we're checking for level and condition. Our coolant reservoir, it's mounted securely, it's not leaking, and we're checking for level and condition. We're going to come down to our air compressor. Our air compressor is mounted securely, it's not cracked, damaged, or leaking, and it is gear driven. Then we're going to go to our power steering reservoir. Power steering reservoir is mounted securely, or it's not cracked, damaged, or leaking, and we're checking for level and condition. Then we're coming down to our steering gearbox. Our steering gearbox is mounted securely. It's not cracked, damaged, or leaking. Hoses are attached securely, and they're not leaking. Then we're going to come down to our linkage. We have our pitman arm, our drag link, and our steering knuckle. Okay? It's mounted securely. It's not cracked, bent, or loose. The castle nuts, as you can see, they look like little sandcastle tops. They're castle nuts. And the cotter pins, there's one here and there's one back here. They're secure in place and not missing. Then we go to our spring mount. Our spring mount is mounted securely front and back. You must say the word and not to. If you say the word to, state will mark it wrong. It's front and back. It's not cracked, damaged, or missing. It's not cracked or damaged. Our leaf springs, they're mounted securely front and back. They're not cracked, damaged, or shifted. Then we have our U-bolts. Our U-bolts are secure. They're not cracked or damaged. Okay. Then we go to our, I can't see it right here, it's down here, but our shock absorber is mounted securely top and bottom. You must say and not to. It's not bent, dented, or leaking. So we just did our suspension. Now we're going to do our brakes. If you look under here, you have your hoses and lines. Always start your brakes with hoses and lines. They're mounted securely or attached securely. You can say either one. They're not cracked or frayed, and they're not leaking. Then we have our, I need to move over here a little bit, our chamber, which is right here. It's mounted securely. It's not bent, dented, or leaking. We have our slack adjuster and push rod. Our slack adjuster is mounted securely. It's not broken, loose, or missing any parts. And then our push rod is, my brakes aren't released, but it's underneath this is a rod that goes in and out. And the push rod, there's no more than 1 inch of free play at the push rod with the brakes released. So with the brakes released and you had your tires chocked, you can actually pull this and it should pull out no more than 1 inch. Okay? So now we just did that. We're going to go inside the tire to finish the brakes up, which we have our drums and linings. Okay? Our drums, they're not cracked, damaged, or missing any bolts. And there's no oil leaking from the inner or outer hub oil seal. Then you have your linings. They're not cracked, damaged, or missing any bolts, and they're not worn dangerously thin. Then you come out to your tire. ICD, remember those 3 letters. I, inflation. They're properly inflated. C, condition. There's no cuts, bulges, and it has even tread wear. And D's depth, minimum tread depth on the steers is 4/32 of an inch. Then we come out to our rims. They're not cracked, damaged, and there's no welding repairs. You have your lug nuts. They're secure. They're all tight. There's no shiny threads or rust trails. And then we have our inner and outer hub oil seal. If there's a sight glass, we check the sight glass for level and make sure it's not leaking. All right, so now we're done this. We're going to go to the driver's fuel area. We're going to start from the top and work to the bottom. We have our mirrors. They're mounted securely. They're not cracked, broken, or missing, and they're clean and free of obstruction. We have our driver's door. You must open the door. It opens and closes securely. The hinges on both sides hold the door securely, and the seal on the inside of the door is in good condition. Coming down are steps. They're mounted securely and free of debris or obstructions. Then we have our fuel tank area. Our fuel tank is mounted securely at the straps. If it's an open one, you don't have to open this. But if it's a closed one like this, open it, and there's your strap here, and there's another one on the other side. So they're mounted securely at the straps, so it's not cracked or damaged or leaking, and the cap is on secure. Close it back up. Now we're gonna come down this way. All our test trucks up at State are these orange ones, okay? As you can see, the orange ones have reflective tape. You gotta look up, because there's reflective tape up there. There's some down here, okay? Reflective tape is clean, in good condition, not missing. Then we come to our cab marker light. It's proper color of amber. It's not cracked, broken, or missing, and it works. Now, we're gonna come to the back of the tractor. Here's an easy way to remember the back of the tractor. A, B, C, D, E, F. A, air and electrical lines. They're mounted securely at both ends. They're not cut, cracked, or leaking. My electrical line, it is mounted securely at both ends. It's not cut, cracked, and there's no bare wires. B, we don't have B anymore. It used to be the battery box. We took it out. C is our catwalk and steps here, okay? Our catwalk and steps are mounted securely. They're not bent and they're free of obstruction or debris. D is our drive shaft. Our drive shaft is right here, okay? Our drive shaft is mounted securely. It's not bent or twisted, okay? E, exhaust. Our exhaust is mounted from the pipe to the engine compartment. It's mounted securely. There's no holes or leaks. Now, F is our frame. Our frame from the front of the tractor to the rear is mounted securely. It's not cracked, damaged, or missing. Cracked, damaged, and there's no welding repairs. Now, from the back of the tractor, we go to the front of the trailer. That's our header board. Our header board, there's no holes or missing rivets. And then we have our lights, marker lights. Marker lights are proper color of amber. They're not cracked, broken, or missing, and they work. As you notice, for every single light, I say the same thing. If you say they're not cracked, broken, or missing, and they work for all of them, and just give the proper color, guess what? Every light will be correct. Now, we just did the front of the trailer. We're gonna drop straight down to our suspension. Now, what you have to say first is you say, I'm gonna inspect these axles the same as I checked my steers. Sorry, these are your drives. I'm going to check my steer as I check my steers. So now you only have to ID the parts that the front steers had, and then the other parts that they don't have, then you tell me what the deficiencies are. So we have our spring mount, we have our leaf spring, and on this we have a torsion arm. Torsion arm is mounted securely. It's not cracked or damaged. Okay. Then we go to our shock absorber and our airbag. Our airbag is right here. That's the last part of the suspension. The front don't have them, obviously. It's mounted securely, top and bottom. It's not cracked, damaged, or leaking. Now we go to our brakes. Our brakes, as you start over here, you can see, you have your hoses and lines, you have your chamber, you have your slack adjuster, your push rod, your drums, linings, and then you come out and point to this tire. Let me just scoot over here, please. You come to this tire, point to this tire, and there's a reason why, and I'll tell you in a minute. Remember those 3 letters I told you to remember? ICD, inflation, condition, minimum tread depth. For your drives, 2/32 of an inch. Okay? Now, the reason I point at this one is so I can come to my space. This is what most people miss when they do these, because they're thinking about the tire. When they think about the tire, they come straight out. So I say, point to the back one, and then you